Hello, beautiful warriors of life. Welcome back to the Part of the Process podcast. I'm your host, Michelle Peredia. In today's episode, we will embark on a journey into the essence of now, living in the present moment. We'll explore the impact of mindfulness and dive into scientific studies that shed light on its benefits. We'll also draw inspiration from spiritual wisdom, including teachings from Thich Nhat Hanh. So let's step out of the past, release the future, and embrace the present moment. Have you ever wondered what happens in our brain when we fully engage in the present moment? Let's delve a little bit into the science of mindfulness. There's been numerous studies that show that mindfulness practices can lead to a reduction in stress, improved emotional rate, and even changes in the structure of the brain. Mindful meditation and practicing mindfulness can lead to increased gray matter density in the brain regions. Gray matter in your brain is associated with learning, memory, and self-awareness. This suggests that living in the present moment can literally change our brains for the better. And this makes so much sense because not living in the present moment, always on autopilot, your memory is horrible. You can't concentrate. You don't remember a lot of life moments. You have trouble retaining information, learning new information, and you certainly lack self-awareness if you're always on autopilot. So this totally makes sense why slowing down a little, practicing your meditation, practicing living in the moment can increase the gray matter region in your brain. Other scientific studies show that practicing mindfulness, living in the present moment, can help decrease anxiety and depression, improve immune function, protect your brain from declines due to aging and stress, provide mental clarity and focus, allow your mind to wander less, your heart health improves, cellular aging can slow down, self-confidence and leadership improves, mood improves, sleep improves. And so, what's better than this list, right? You should want all these things for your body, for your mind, for your soul.
There's a book I read that I actually need to read again. It's called The Miracle of Mindfulness by Thich Nhat Hanh. I read this book about 3 years ago. I don't recall if I finished it, but I clearly and vividly remember a few messages that stuck with me since then. And sometimes you get a message delivered to you, and it can take a few years for you to finally understand its meaning. Thich Nhat Hanh is a Vietnam Buddhist. I actually found this book at a thrift store about 5 years ago. It was like $1. And I was just called to buy it. His teachings have been popping up in my life constantly since then. I remember when I started reading this book, then I heard one of my favorite podcasters, Tara Brock, talk about Thich Nhat Hanh. And then my friend went to a bridal shower and got like little goodie bags with Thich Nhat Hanh quotes on it. And I was like, oh my gosh, this can't be coincidence. Like he must be reaching out or something. He actually passed away last year, January 22nd of 2022. But I started listening to some of his teachings on YouTube, and I totally recommend that you listen to them. They're very valuable. But anyways, back to the book. He discusses how mindfulness should be an everyday practice, right? For example, down to washing dishes. He says how washing dishes can be a meditative practice. When you wash the dishes, you should focus entirely on the act of washing, feeling the water, and being fully present in this moment. This story illustrates how even the most mundane tasks can become opportunities for mindfulness. For example, when you're eating a bowl of blueberries, eat one at a time. Take your time to really chew the blueberry and, don't try to be impatient and go on to the next without finishing that initial blueberry. I have some favorite quotes by him from this book. One of them is, "The miracle is not to walk on water. The miracle is to walk on the green earth in the present moment, to appreciate the peace and beauty that are available now." He also says, "Drink your tea slowly and reverently, as if it is the axis on which the world, earth, revolves slowly, evenly, without rushing towards the future." So again, any mundane task, do it slowly, do it mindfully. What is the rush? When you think about how much time we are here in this lifetime, and many times we stress over things that nobody's going to remember. You won't remember 5 years down the line. You really start to value the present moment and you stop being stressed out all the time. Another favorite quote from his book is, "Walk as if you are kissing the earth with your feet." This is so beautiful. So every action, every movement, do it with full mindfulness. Sometimes when I'm doing my skincare routine, I really take time to really touch my skin and like really caress it as I'm applying, moisturizer or cleaning my face, etc. It's really nice, because we live in such a world where we're always on autopilot, overproductive, burnout, that we don't take the time to slow down. Let's explore the benefits of living in the present moment. I've already stated a few of them based on the scientific studies. Such as, decreased stress, decreased anxiety, depression, increased focus, increased memory, increased learning. But aside from that, happiness, right? Enjoying life's simple joys, such as going outside and letting the warmth of the sunlight touch your skin, or enjoying a delicious meal without any distractions, without watching a TV while eating, just enjoying a meal. This brings us joy. This brings us happiness, peace. Another benefit of living in the moment is strengthening our relationships. Not just strengthening our relationships with others, but with ourselves. When we're fully present with ourselves, we really get to know each other. We really get to know ourselves, what we like, what we don't like. When we're fully present with loved ones, we enhance the quality of our connections and deepen our bonds. I can't begin to tell you how much what I look for in friendships has changed. Like, I don't do the small talk anymore. I really can't. Can't stand it. I look for authenticity and I look for friends that are also going to be in the present moment with me, that are going to connect with me. I don't like superficial friendships anymore. I need that deeper connection. And if you're not present and mindful, I don't think that it can be very possible to deepen your bond with others and with yourself. I certainly know that when I had a lot going on in my mind, I was never in the present. you just know when someone's not there, when someone's disconnected, when someone's like flying amongst the clouds and they're not fully there. And I mean, we've all been there. I'm pretty sure when things get stressful, it's hard to be in the present moment, but that's when you have to remind yourself, hey, come back. You got to check in with yourself to make sure that everyday life stressors don't get the best of you. All right, so let's get into some tips on cultivating mindfulness in our daily lives. So today I had a very difficult time getting myself to the gym. I meditated for like 45 minutes this morning and then slowly trickled my way over to the gym. I was having a hard time getting through my first workout, which was 30 minutes on the treadmill on 15 incline and 3.0 speed. I was like thinking about, work, friends, family. And I was like, wait a minute. I got like this epiphany. I was like, okay, you are at the gym. While you're at the gym, you are not defined by anything else, by any of the other roles that you play in this specific time and space. At the gym, you're an athlete. So that really helped me ground myself and disconnect from everything else and think, okay, I'm going to get past this 30-minute treadmill. And once I move past from this, then I'll head over to do weights. I'm not going to worry about work, family, friends, my traumatic childhood, etc. I'm here to be an athlete. And I started thinking about how in each second, you are the one who defines who you are. You don't have to be confined by your past, by your worry about the future. What matters is who you think you are in that present moment. It led me to conclude that I've been practicing mindfulness in terms of when I'm at the gym, I'm an athlete. When I'm at work, I am an employee. I don't let any other life roles bleed into my work. I take pride in what I do and my work ethic. And I feel like if you let other roles bleed into work or bleed into whatever you're doing that present moment, you will not be successful and productive. And so I'm thinking, okay, I'm going to apply this to other areas of my life. For example, when I am a sister, I'm going to be a sister in that present moment. I'm not going to think about anything else other than being a sister. If I am with my mother, I'm going to be a daughter. Let's see how this technique plays now in the future. So anyways, back to the practical tips. One technique of practicing mindfulness is to practice conscious breathing. You want to take a moment to focus on your breath, its rise and fall. You can set a timer on your phone or like an alarm to check in with yourself every couple of hours to come back to the present moment and take a deep breath. As you come to the present moment, notice your surroundings. Notice everything around you. What is present? What do the walls look like? What does the ceiling look like? If your dog is near, what are they doing? I love looking at my dog because he's like dogs are like the masters of mindfulness. They only focus on one thing and one thing only, and that's what they do. Whether it's sleeping, whether it's chasing a cat or a squirrel, they do one thing at a time. Another tip is it kind of bleeds into focusing on one thing at a time. I have been a multitasker probably since I exited my mother's womb. It's the way I was raised, and it's the only thing I've known. I was so impatient growing up. I wanted things done and done fast and perfect. And now that I'm in my 30s, I'm practicing on focusing on one thing at a time. And I can honestly say my life has gotten so much better since I have been doing this. I don't know if it's meditation or what, but I'm able to focus on one task and get it done. My ability to concentrate has improved. Another effective practice is gratitude journaling. Each day, write down 3 things you are grateful for. This shifts your focus to the positive aspects of the present moment. Instead of putting your energy and attention on what you don't have, take time to appreciate what you do have in this present moment. Review this list on a daily basis. When you feel like life is unfair or like you want more, or you envy somebody else's life, sit back and think, what do I have? What am I grateful for? And it honestly helps put things into perspective and really focuses on the positive aspects again. And let go of trying to control the outcome of every situation. I used to be a control freak down to the T. I let go of that and realize that no matter how much you plan for something, it doesn't always go as expected. I can't even begin to tell you how much of a control freak I was. Like if something got done 5 minutes late, or if I showed up 5 minutes late to something or someone else was late, I would get so mad. I tried to make sure everything was perfect, and then I would eventually just let go because not everything is going to go perfect. And it takes up so much stress to make sure things go perfect. And it's much better to just let go, honestly. Mindful meditation has honestly been a game changer. I do the Joe Dispenza meditations. There's plenty of meditations on YouTube. There's shorter ones, longer ones, but there's just something about shutting off your thoughts and just being in the present moment that really helps improve all qualities in your life. I have never been the type to shut my brain off. First of all, I'm an air sign, and Aquarius, we're always in our heads. And I've had anxiety in the past where it's like you have racing thoughts, ruminations, and you just can't shut your brain down. But with practice, I am a testament that you can do it. You can shut down your brain for a few minutes in order to improve your life. Another key to mindfulness is making sure your social circle is supportive and aligns with your lifestyle. Spending time with people who make you feel happy and fulfilled is key. I have had many friendships throughout the years. Some of the friends who I actually don't like to hang out with are the ones that are always in a rush, always on a time pressure, not living in the present moment, or not fully present, engaging when we are together. This one's huge. You never know when the last time will be when you are having a great, happy time with a friend or with family. If I could go back, I would try to enjoy every moment and not take friendship time or family time for granted. I've been in that role where you're not fully present. You're just like, boom, 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 I got things to do. This brings me to the tip of taking a break from technology and social media to sit in your own thoughts without all the distracting noise. Constantly living in your phone instead of living in real life has a negative effect on your ability to be present. It can also negatively affect your connectedness to your loved ones. It's another blockage from living your ultimate best life. You start missing out on your loved ones, on moments, your attention span shortens, etc. I know that there's been times where people aren't giving you their full attention, so you can't connect. You can't remember what went on in the conversation and for next time you hang out. Like, hey, how was, X, Y, and Z? Oh, I remember you said this and that. I like to notice things about friends, and I the little things. And I can't do that if I'm on my phone all the time. So I completely changed that narrative, and now when I hang out with friends, I try to have my phone in my purse and not even out with invisibility. Lastly, zero in on everything you do. If you are sitting down to eat, focus on the food. Focus on mindfully chewing what you are eating. Again, if you're having a bowl of blueberries, eat one berry at a time. When I walk my dog Buddy, I try to focus on walking him, and I try not to be on my phone. I mindfully walk him and notice our surroundings. Notice the birds singing, the trees, the clouds. I had a bit of an epiphany or an awakening not too long ago. I realized that for about 8 to 9 years of my life with Buddy, I was never really exactly focused on him. Sure, I gave him the best life possible, but because I was always multitasking, I can't really have concrete memories of our time together. And that makes me very sad that, even though I've been with him, I haven't been presently with him in the moment. Now I make sure that I live in the present moment, feeling this is going to be helpful when I have my own kids. I am going to raise my kids in the future, being mindful, present, and awake. If you're in autopilot, if you're always on your phone, if you're always sucked into technology and social media, if you're always thinking about the future, the past, before you know it, your dogs or your kids are going to grow. They're going to be 8, 9, 10 years old, and you missed out on their life because you weren't present. You were distracted. And that's what they want. They want us to be distracted, because when you're distracted, when you're sucked into social media, sucked into what others are saying, you aren't able to awake and to notice things and to fully be present. I mean, I was always in this autopilot growing up, or like in this survival mode, because I had to be, right, that I don't remember much of my childhood. And I didn't have a choice, right? When I was a kid, nobody taught me to be mindful. Nobody taught me to be present. Plus, like I said, you're in survival mode. But now that you're an adult, you get to choose to be present, to live your life how you want to live it, not being in survival mode, not having to take care of your parents, your siblings. You have the option to now take care of yourself. And that includes being mindful, being in the moment. You're not that kid in survival mode with trauma anymore. You're an adult with trauma, and you don't have to be in survival mode. You can be meditating, doing yoga, Pilates, taking care of yourself. That is all part of taking care of yourself. Get out of that rut. Take responsibility for your healing. Take responsibility for balancing your nervous system. And trust me, I am a testament. This has been quite the journey. And I don't know what did it. I don't know if journaling did it, meditation, yoga. I think it was all at the same time, everything at the same time. Be the driver of your life. As we conclude this episode, I invite you to take a moment right now. Breathe deeply. Feel the life within you. You are a miracle. Being here in this time and space during these years is a miracle. You are meant to be here during this time. Embrace this moment as a gift. It's called the present day for a reason. It's a gift you give yourself. Nobody else can give you mindfulness, living in the moment. You have to give this to yourself. And I'd like to thank you for joining me on this journey into the present moment. I hope this episode has inspired you to savor life's moments, both big and small. Remember, the key to a beautiful future lies in embracing the present. And until next time, stay mindful, stay present, and keep evolving on your unique journey. Remember, whatever it is that you are going through, hang in there, because the world needs you and I need you. All right, beautiful warriors of life, follow me on all socials at Part of the Process Podcast, and I will see you in my next episode. Goodbye. Hello, beautiful warriors of life. Welcome back to the Part of the Process Podcast. I am your host, Michelle Peredia.